Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is White Note and I proudly present Global Gamers Launch. Quality of our content is higher than Donald Trump wall. Today's video is all about WCS 2016 Quarterfinal, Dark vs Neeblet.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness history. Let me hear you. A best of 5 for the ages. Potentially the most exciting match we have ever seen. 20 matches versus Protoss. He has won 16 of them, 80% win ratio. That is unbelievably high.
Yes. Neeb's solidity against Zerg, though, I think it might be one of the best things here that he's going to have playing in his favor. We saw Showtime earlier in the one map that he won against the Laser, used a lot of adepts. Guess what? The key unit here for Neeb in this matchup, his favorite unit at which he's really good at.
He's barely has one. Warp gate it's not even done yet. A couple of seconds, he'll be able to warp in some more units, but this is a very aggressive early opening right here from Dark.
Where is the mothership core here? There it is.
Here it is.
It doesn't have that much energy. I think he must have delayed
it. Really has got one
bit.
photon overcharge. He tries to break the front, so far not able to do it. Morphing in a Ravager. This attack is not going to stop, though. This isn't just a poke. This is an attempt to end Neeb early.
Dark has absolutely no intention to macro behind this. He's on 20 drones. This is either going to work or it's not.
This is a straight-up all-in right now, here from Dark. Neeb's defenses will be tested to the max. He will be put under incredible pressure here. The probes pulled off the line here as well. Ravager Plow falling from the sky. The army of the Protoss melting rapidly. There's an Immortal about 10 seconds away from completion. That could turn the tide, but the economic damage is massive. 15 probes destroyed. Dark has equaled the economy of the opponent, but here it is. The Immortal out for Neeb. This is his unit. This is his chance to try and come back from this. The two adepts falling rapidly, but the Immortal, shot after shot, salvo after salvo, into the rapidly dying army of Dark, but the Immortal falls.
And there's going to be way more Zerglings coming in from behind there. Neeb might have to abandon his second base, which might mean game here at the same time. He's robo, he's unpowered, and there's just going to be Ravagers, Roaches, and Zerglings down his ramp here. I think taking out his expansion from there, it's almost an unrecoverable position here for Neeb.
It's an incredibly hard position to come back from. There's no doubt about that. And Dark decided to go with that early gambit. We have seen so many Korean players attempt this, just to throw a foreign player off early on, just put on incredible pressure, and we're seeing it executed to perfection right here by the rank 1 Korean player. Was done, and this puts Neeb in a position where he must do something radical to come back. He brings in his adepts immediately. The Lings of Dark surround and attempt to shut them down. We're going to see a Shade warping, but most of the adepts are dead already. It doesn't matter. There's a single adept in the base. It's going to get some decent harassment, do a little bit of damage, but more needs to be done. Far, far more for Neeb.
Yeah, Neeb must be getting desperate here, even more here, I think, at this point. He saw that there was Spore, still doesn't cancel the Dark Shrine here, which is a little bit surprising if he had a position, so he could get a cancel on that 4th base. Maybe try and catch up on the base count with taking his own 3rd pretty soon, but Neeb is actually adding more gates than a force there instead of starting a 3rd Nexus or something like a Robo.
Wasn't able to get the 4th base either. A response with the Roach and Ravager. There's the recall. Archon picked off, though, a hugely expensive unit at this stage of the game. The army supply 80 to 18. And sometimes supply doesn't tell the story, but with something this extreme, and that Archon is actually stuck. He can't get it out to defend the 3rd base. It's gonna have to go to the high ground. GG! A tap out, realizing that that was... Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. New Gettysburg will be the venue for map 2 in this best of 5 series to the southeast position.
Forgot that you can cheese in StarCraft, and to be honest, cheese, we haven't seen that many of them, and most of those that we've seen haven't been successful, so Dark used that to his advantage, surprised him, and that all-in just worked.
A couple of Lings make their way in here. Great probe micro so far, however, from Neeb, not losing a single probe. A little bit of mind type, but look at that. That is, of course, the Pneumaticized Carapace upgrade coming in for the Overlords, and that looks like we are going to see some sort of drop play coming out of the Zerg.
The entire army of stats, he remaxed, or he made something like 30 Corruptors. And then Stats was like, oh yeah, you want to make Corruptors? I'll just mass Stalkers and kill you. And that's exactly what happened.
That is an example of Neeb's precise control. One mistake that Oracle would have been
around your base. There could still be one hidden somewhere that flies into your middle line. And there it is. It worked. It snipes all of your drones. So Neeb's going to have to look out. I was talking earlier about this with him, and he was telling me that he thinks that he's only making units.
He is, and that Phoenix isn't really going to help all that much either. It's not enough Phoenix to bring down a large number of drop overlords. The damage just isn't enough. We're going to have to see great force fields here. What he does have the edge of is that he did get that revelation on a large group of links. He knows an attack is coming. He's under no illusions at this point. Oh, and here we go from two separate sides with a drop overlord available, trying to drop out of position. There are very limited force fields, however. In come the Banelings right into the center of the army, a massive detonation. The Protoss army taking devastating damage with 4 Queen support having been brought off the map as well, and the third is being ravaged.
And the Mothership Core is going to get so late to the party here. It's almost full energy and hasn't used a single overcharge yet. He's just going to recall out.
Recalls the probes out to save some of his economy. A smart move, but GG again. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Currently up 2 maps in this best of 5. Yeah, we've seen the idea that you would use a speed overlords relatively early to perhaps fake a drop to freak out your opponent, to make them overreact in some way. It's worked before, and that could very well be what he is doing here, as opposed to going for yet a third aggressive build. You could say, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but if you keep doing the same thing, your opponent is absolutely going to adapt to you. Mothership Core harassment. This time we see a little bit of early game aggression, and it actually gets a drone in the process as well, which is absolutely fantastic. A great little start here for Neeb.
Yeah, that was great. I didn't expect that to happen.
A Dark Shrine going directly underneath that Overlord. And I mean, he knew. He saw the Overlord coming
starts saturating it, and he's harassing across the map with 2 Archons. That's when you will see him shine the most. This comes so fast, by the way. We're at the 5th minute mark, and he's going to be morphing those 2 Archons across the map. Dark still being very active with the scouting. He knows that this is coming, so for Dark, the key is to have just enough units and have them well enough placed.
The Warp Prism actually forgot that Archon there, didn't drop it off in time, but here we go. The aggression coming in, the drop comes in with those 2 Archons. They are devastating against Lings, and of course they can be microed very, very easily, picked up and taken out of there by the Warp Prism, which is why Dark is attempting to focus that Warp Prism down. Double pickup, needs to get out of there, he can't lose that.
Plans on getting those and rather focus on the Archon production.
Yep, and he's going in for it once again, taking a little bit of a risk, but of course the shields have regenerated.
I think Dark may be doing something very metagame heavy. If he was to go for Roach and Hydralisks, everybody's been going Ling and Banelings. So what's the reaction from Protoss? They get a ton of Archons. What are Archons really bad against? Roaches and Hydralisks.
Absolutely, the range on the Archon simply isn't up to par, and when it comes to Hydralisk damage, they can just shred Archons. It can be incredibly difficult to even get to grips with the Hydralisk. This is the Neeb we're used to seeing. This is the Neeb that's in the comfort zone. Look at that. I mean,
trying to get an Oracle and reveal as much as he can.
Well, we're seeing the Hydras move in right now. The gas count for Dark is pretty high. He could morph in a reasonable number, but he's going to use the Hydralisks first, maybe thinking, can I catch Neeb off guard? Does he not have the unit? And a lovely force fields right there. That's 3 free Hydralisks. In the meantime, they'll run by. We've got a Lynx around attempting to deal with the 4th base of Neeb, but Neeb's in a great position. His defense is rock solid. This is Neeb's comfort zone right here in the mid game.
I like his army a lot. The problem is really going to be in dealing with these lurkers down the line, and
that's why it's getting the Oracle.
14 of them being morphed in the middle of the map.
A huge number of lurkers. The Oracle's being added in to ensure the detection is available. Neeb is anticipating this, but can stop it. Or have the proper splits. That's a lot of lurkers. He's looking to set up the siege. The Oracle is not in position to detect it. The Protoss army has to back off here. He's able to do that. Lurkers once again attempt to reposition. That 4th base is under grave threat. An entire mineral line could be absolutely gutted. Where is the detection right here? He needs to eliminate those lurkers, but he can't. He can't see them. The observer's now moving in behind it.
He's going to come in from behind with a lot of army after revealing all of those lurkers.
There's the revelation. He can see. He's looking for the flank right now, and he catches the reinforcements of the Hydralisk. The lurkers now taking huge damage as the Immortals trying to have them down, but they are not quite enough Immortals to do it. GG, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for next videos.